Hi, this is Phil Shapiro. I recently bought a Raspberry Pi 4 computer, one of those little $35 computers you can buy. And since I work at a public library, I said maybe I should do some book reviews. So this is a book I came across on the new bookshelf, and it looks so interesting. I wanted to tell you about it. Better with Books, 500 diverse books to ignite empathy and encourage self-acceptance in tweens and teens, by Melissa Hart, forward by Sharon M. Draper. Here it is, and it's published by Sasquatch Books in Seattle. This is from the back cover of the book. Many young people today are dealing with issues that can isolate them from friends and family, among them depression, anxiety, racism, and homophobia. And relating to characters in novels who face similar challenges can help them feel less alone. Well, isn't that's a good thing? I like this. Here's from also in the back cover of the book, a testimonial from Catherine Applegate. The right book, read at the right time, can change a life. Well, isn't that true? And also here from Nancy Pearl, best-selling author, librarian, and literary critic, an essential resource for parents, librarians, teachers. I wonder who wrote this book. Oh, here's the author. Melissa Hart grew up in Los Angeles with two mothers and a younger brother with Down syndrome. She's the author of the award-winning preteen novel, Avenging the Owl, and 101 Ways to Love a Book, as well as 2 memoirs for adults. You can find out more about her at melissahart.com. I love this quote. A book must be the axe for the frozen sea within us. Franz Kafka. Now, when I came across this book, the first thing I did was I ran to my library coworkers and I told them, this book is worth its weight in gold. And so I put it on a scale. I wanted to find out what the weight of the book is. And it is 13.2 ounces. So let's find out how much it's worth in gold. I looked it up. Here's a kilogram of gold costs about $50,000. So a kilogram is 2.2 pounds. If we divide this by 2.2 pounds, it's $22,000, about $22,700 per pound. So this book, which is worth its weight in gold, is worth $18,750. Here is some of the testimonials inside the book. Stories Heal, Bind, Illuminate, and Guide Us by Ann Na, award-winning author. And here's that Nancy Pearl quote. And then Chris Crutcher, award-winning author. Few teens and tweens are willing to expose their vulnerabilities, and that is as it should be. But when they see their struggles in story, when they come upon a character with whom they can feel true kinship, their sense of isolation recedes. Kids find truth in story. Wow, this book is worth its weight in gold. Essays about important topics such as body image, mental health, and race are brimming with personal stories. You'll find 500 recommended books. So these are like all top quality books, all published in the last 10 years. Although there's other books besides these 500 top quality books, but these are the best. And then here's the table of contents. So there's books about adoption and foster care, books about body image, immigration, learning challenges, LGBTQIA, books about mental health, and then physical disability, poverty, homelessness, race and ethnicity, and religion and spirituality. And I like it. There's a bibliography here, and there's further reading, as if the author hasn't done enough to assemble all these wonderful books. There's further reading, and there's a bibliography. Well, I'm giving extra credit points. So here's the foreword from Sharon M. Draper. I believe she was the National Teacher of the Year. It's the first day of class. I look at my students, see a wonderful garden of young people, and no two seedlings are alike. I have tulips sitting next to gardenias and water lily beside a cactus. I have geraniums and grasses, foliage and fruits, and even a couple of tough and sturdy weeds. None of them are the same, yet I must reach them all and teach them all to the best of my ability. It's a daunting task. Every single teacher faces this challenge, rises to the occasion, and manages to do just that. And then it goes on and on, in some good ways. And then students today wrestle with a variety of complex issues, and reading stories, both fiction and nonfiction, can offer the insight into themselves and those around them. The chapters in this book are thoughtfully organized by issue. It's the first day of class. I have a million things to do, but now I won't have to spend hours researching books for my students to read and share because I have them right at my fingertips. They will be the water for my blooming garden of students. I dig into the list, and together we begin our year-long journey into reading and growing with great books. Sharon M. Draper, award-winning author and National Teacher of the Year. And then this is the author's introduction. When I was a kid, my mother worked as a book reviewer, and I got first crack at the children's and young adult novels that arrived in the mail. Once a month, I knelt on her living room carpet and ripped open the heavy cardboard boxes, yanking off plastic tape to lift out the paperbacks within. I was a painfully shy middle school student, anxious and depressed after my parents' bitter divorce. Very, very interesting. I'll let you read it. Life can be difficult for both fictional characters and real kids. Conflict is, after all, inevitable in the business of living. But life is also a tremendous gift, full of wonder and excitement. As I learned all those years ago, tearing open cardboard boxes on my mother's living room floor, everything is better with books. And so, this book not only has short little synopses, very concise summaries of the highly, highly recommended books, but there's also some, in each chapter there's some prose that opens up the chapter. So over here, one of the most talked about of these novels is R.J. Palacios' preteen novel, Wonder. I'm going to let you read this. I'm not going to read it out loud, but it's very, very interesting. I pulled the best little quotes I could out of the book. My purpose is to help you become as excited about this book as I am, and to tell other people. And then here it says, clients relate in particular to Anne's struggle with emotional eating. Reading about her experiences, real growth and empowerment by making small changes throughout the book was most helpful and inspirational for my clients. And this is the author also. In the 1980s, my best friends were Vietnamese and Mexican immigrants in Los Angeles, kids who had come to the U.S. prior to kindergarten. They never spoke to me of their birth countries or their traveling experiences, and I didn't think to ask. But reading Tana Lai's middle grade novel, Inside Out and Back Again, offers poignant insight into what my classmates' private lives must have looked like. And so here are the concise little summaries of these highly, highly recommended books. Preteen books about LGBTQIA+ for youth, Ashes to Asheville, The Best Man. And then here's preteen books about mental health. All the Things That Could Go Wrong, Booked by Kwame Alexander, Checked, Courage for Beginners. And then here's the further readings. So there's further readings on this, on the topic of this book. And here's the bibliography. So it may appear a little blurred on your screen, but these are the books that the author used to assemble all these recommended books. I would love to see multiple copies of this book in all public libraries and school libraries and in little free libraries. And this would be a really nice gift if somebody wanted to put these into little free libraries in their neighborhood. Somebody's going to come across this and have the same reaction as mine. This book is worth its weight in gold. I made the screencast using free software, Simple Screen Recorder, on my Raspberry Pi 4 computer. If you'd like to see some other book reviews I've made, you can visit sites.google.com/site Phil Shapiro Book Reviews. And here's my contact information, my email, my Twitter, and my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're interested in keeping up to date with the different videos I make. I also have a Patreon. If you'd like to support me on Patreon, you can do that too. And that's it. I'll see you next time.